Hey guys, it's the Geek, and we are hopefully playing the last playthrough of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9
We are
Doors.
going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
And this is the playthrough where I'm not skipping any dialogue unless it's, like, unimportant, like during actual missions where we're looking for clues and stuff. But I'll explain myself if I ever do skip stuff, which I have the first half of this, but here we go for the second half and hopefully the final part.
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again.
This is where he was explaining where, like, when we go do different missions, we usually come back to find each other again.
Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the Nonary game works.
So it'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
Sorry guys, I'm multitasking.
All right. See you later.
So, Junpei and June are
It was
separating.
the door on the left, right?
And I think, Junpei, Ace, and Clover are taking door 1.
That should be it, yes.
Then here we go.
Clover's still upset because,
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
as far as we know, Snake is dead.
A numbered door.
There's the red. I'll go first. Now the two of you, if you would. Now, are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, and
Very well then. 3, 2, 1.
it's open. Move it.
We're running, looking for the
Where?
dead.
Where is it? There it is. Over there. It stopped.
Yes, it did. Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then. There's another door. Let's try opening it. So, this is the wheelhouse? Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something.
Okay, I will.
All right then, let's get started.
Seek a way out. Okay, let's see here. Check here. Grab that. Don't really need that. But we will do this anyway. Compare that stuff with new information, which will tell us how to do stuff in the wheelhouse a little later. Check over here. It's a clock, we need that. Or the pocket watch.
Oh, pocket watch. Might I take...
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Oh, I just thought I'd come check up on the two of you. Is there a problem?
Well, not a problem, but... That's a lie. I wanted to get rid of Ace. I sent him to the wheelhouse at the beginning for a reason. I wanted to talk to Clover alone. There's something I want to ask her, and I don't want anyone to overhear us. I'm pretty sure Clover won't talk if there's anyone else around. I'm a little desperate to send him back. Quick. He has to leave.
Oh, I see. Of course.
Ew.
I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
I guess he wouldn't figure out that it's a weird age gap if he's got that I can't identify people through face disease. Or syndrome, or whatever you want to call it.
What was that about? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, it's not like that.
What's it like then?
I just wanted to hear the rest of that story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now.
What story?
About the experiment, remember? The one you started to tell me in the operating room? You said something about an experiment that happened here 9 years ago.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just not in the mood, okay? You understand, right? I'm just I keep thinking about my brother. I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that to my brother? I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it. I promise. So, Junpei, who do you think did it?
Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them. You need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors, and if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people.
You're right. So, what does that mean?
Well, if we just look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able to figure it out. Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Well, technically, it's possible.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very likely.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Why don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Okay, got it. Let's...
Then who do you think it could be?
See, Santa's 3, Lotus is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What door was it? I think it was the number 3 door. So 3 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No. Maybe these 2?
Could be Santa and 7. The digital route for Snake, Santa, and 7 is 3. Wait, hold on. Are Santa and 7 the killers?
What's wrong?
Well, I thought about it.
That's what I thought. Santa and 7. If it was 2 people, then that's the only combination that works.
Hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities.
Well, what other possibilities? Are you saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people? I really don't think that's likely.
Why not?
Can I borrow your pen and paper?
Yeah, here. What's this?
These are the combinations for 3 or 4 people. These 8 combinations are the only possible ones.
Oh, I see.
Junpei,
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Of course. Why would you need to ask that?
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're sitting through this again,
So
guys.
then I
but
should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
I really feel like to get the full effect, we shouldn't sit on this.
Of course. Just cross them out. And you should take off yours too. The ones with 4.
So, what does that leave?
A and E. Wait, it can't be A.
Why?
Because June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Are you sure?
I bet my life on it.
Okay then. I can cross off A too, right?
Yeah.
Well, what have we got left?
E.
Do you know what this means?
Everyone besides me, you, and June would be working together.
Do you think that's likely? If there were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious. I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us.
Well, you do have a point.
And besides, if Ace and 7 are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went to the shower room with them. But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were killers, why wouldn't they?
Oh, I see. Anyway, I understand now. It seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people.
Yeah,
Then that means there's a good chance it was Santa and 7.
that's how it looks.
But why would they do it?
Their motive.
Have I interrupted something?
What is it?
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
Go ahead.
Okay. What did you want to talk about?
There was something I wanted to check.
Yeah? What's that?
If you'll excuse me.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
I'm just checking.
No.
Just as I thought. What exactly are these pieces of paper hiding in your pocket? You switched them, didn't you, when we voted? Well, I can't say that I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then, why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
No, I think ill of you for why you did it.
Damn.
Now we check everything. I checked that already. Let's go this way. No, we want to go the other way first. Take a look at that. Take a look at that, which I know won't work because the watch isn't ready yet. Okay, and then let's see here. Go this way and then this way. That was rather cruel. It stinks to know where this character is headed story-wise, because I kind of liked him up to a point until we found out who he really was. Alright, now let's do the puzzle. Nice. Okay. Now let's see here. South. Then west. Southwest. Then northwest. Then east. Then north. Now we go on to this one and play the same game again with different puzzle pieces. Full. Half. Slow. Full. Half. Dead slow. Stop. What? Now Ace will take our watch and play with it. Now we go on here and do the watch puzzle key thing again. And we are down in this room.
Oh, a hallway.
It's far too narrow to be called one. This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go. Wow. Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh? Wait, this one is...
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago. This must be the communication office.
And that door?
Captain's quarters.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
Jinkies.
Not again. Damn. No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
He not alive,
No
buddy.
pulse. Well, he's dead.
Close his eyes at least.
If only we knew how it happened. These wounds. I wonder what killed him. It must have been this. These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero? Bracelet Zero.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Seek a way out. Alright, let's see. We gotta get some stuff before we trigger something we want to trigger. I think that's all we can get in here. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And trigger the cutscene. Oh crap, I want to check the desk first. Oh, we don't need that.
Huh. Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us. What do you think?
Nothing.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right. Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero. Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a zero on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is Zero right here. This dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy?
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work. Which makes me wonder... I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us. Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking around with a Zero bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, he's mocking us. Too bad, suckers. This isn't Zero.
Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me.
It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
That's really twisted. It almost seems kind of childish.
Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me. All right, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover.
Huh?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets? Okay, fine. Guess I'll do it. Here we go. Huh? Hey, it's the...
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only two ways to do so. One, you escape from this ship. Two, more hotly, which is Zero. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the next that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to zero, it will shut down automatically.
Oh god, this man... He's dead, isn't he?
What was your first clue?
No, it's just... I guess I didn't really think about it until right now. If his bracelet's off, that means he's dead.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that he's dead.
Yeah. I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious. Well, he looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though. you know? I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kinda has it better, you know? Dying from a bomb going off inside of you, I mean, that's just... Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm. And...
What did you just say?
Oh man, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was gonna see the details. Are you sure it was his left arm?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm. Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Thank you.
Huh? What are you...
Thank you so much, Junpei.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry, it's just... I'm so happy.
Why?
The body in the shower room, it isn't his. It isn't my brother.
Huh?
It's not Snake.
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is... I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about... But he's still alive. I'm so happy. I'm so glad.
Huh?
Junpei, you were right.
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
That's...
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody. I was angry and miserable. But because I had this four-leaf clover, because of what you said to me...
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
Huh?
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Yeah. Did I, say something wrong?
Oh, no. Not at all. In fact, this could be really good news. I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Subjects?
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me. But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group. So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Whoa. Okay, time out. Let's just calm down for a second. Start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Morphogenetic fields.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
It might as well be
So
telepathy.
they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
The Nonary game. 9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the Nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany, and what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
I think it's kind of the same logic of like when a mom sees their kid in trouble and has that moment of adrenaline where they get Hulk strength, like lift the car up to get their kid out of it. I feel like it's the same kind of argument.
So you're saying the Nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Thanks, Ace. God damn it.
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Were you guys getting it on, as the young people say?
Ace.
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long. At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble, and I could really use your assistance. Come on. It'll only take a moment.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Junpei?
Oh.
What are you doing in there? Hurry up!
What do you want help with? Okay, you just wanted to, like, story-wise cut me out of the... Oh, damn it, Ace. Need paper. We need the screwdriver. Is there anything in here? Yeah, we need the ink bottle, too. Now we have the Morse code. And now we can play the Morse code game. Alright, let's see here. Bop, 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 bop. Excuse me, guys. Taco Bell is evil sometimes. Yeah, just unlock this drawer.
Looks like there's something on the cover. A-L-L-I-C-E. All I... Alice. Does this mean... What the hell is this?
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
What the hell? Whoa, the whole thing's like that. Huh? What's this? Oh,
Hello,
a
Kirky.
key card.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
Something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then.
So it would seem.
Bottom deck library. Oh, 7 said something like...
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic.
Could beneath the navel mean the bottom deck? And the Forest of Knowledge is the library? Then could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the library?
What's wrong? Something on your mind?
Yeah. I just remembered something.
Is that so? What about?
Well, don't laugh, okay?
The Egyptian priestess, an Ice 9. Interesting.
Very interesting, but stupid.
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic disaster, they called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. According to 7, this ship is where he hid Alice.
And you think that he hid her in a small room, beyond the library on the bottom deck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is just a theory.
Junpei, have you ever heard of the term Cass?
CAS?
It stands for Cells Alive System. It is an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. Put simply, it is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane. CAS, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, and then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food, as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things.
What do you mean, other things?
Like my dick.
Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel.
Space travel? Are you serious?
Surely you've heard of suspended animation. Cryogenic freezing? It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space.
Whoa, wait a minute there. Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that CAS thing?
Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility. If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and CAS were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously.
You think she could be alive?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course. I'm only talking about possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature...
That's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about?
You're quite right. It does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor.
You mean the guy dressed like a captain?
I know who killed him.
Yes. He was dead when we found him. But if he was murdered, then by whom? It couldn't have been one of us. That would be impossible. In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door 1. That door that requires the Earth key prevented us from accessing door 1. Who was it that opened that door?
Santa and Lotus.
Right. Clearly, the two of them could not have opened door 1, or any other door for that matter. Who else then could have done so?
Nope. After Santa and Lotus used the Earth key, they turned back and met up with me and June. Then we returned to the large hospital room and found Ace, Seven, and Clover. While we'd gone into the shower room, Ace, Seven, and Clover had stayed behind. But it's impossible for those three to open door 1. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door 2? No, it still won't work. We were...
I keep skipping stuff. Sorry, guys.
It would be impossible for any of us to be the murderer. That being the case, who could have killed him? Wouldn't it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time? A person like that would know the ship well. They would know the locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors. The numbered door would mean nothing to someone like that. It would be a simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters.
Then you're saying the killer was Alice?
Well, this is all only one possible theory.
All ice. Alice, is she really somewhere on the ship? Maybe this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge and the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now. I'll come back to this later.
Oh, that's the wheelhouse room. Okay, so we want to go over here and into this room. And over here... I wonder if it'll give me instructions how to work the damn control panel again. Like, I don't know how number of buttons work. Hey, it didn't. Okay. Alright. 3, 5, 4, 2, 7, 2, 4. I gotta admit, it's nice to see Clover happy again. Now we enter the final stretch. which sadly has more puzzle rooms.
All right, let's go. That's the next door. Wait, a piece of paper. This is... Map of the ship's interior for ADEC.
What's wrong?
I found a map for this floor.
I see.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I should keep this, though. Hey, where's Clover? Damn it, what the hell is she up to? Clover!
Huh?
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? What the hell is that?
What?
You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is a note.
A note?
Yeah, I found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something.
Oh, I know what that's about.
Let me see it.
No, not right.
Hey, Junpei, Clover! What are you two doing? Hurry up!
He's getting mad. I'll show it to you later. Come on, we gotta hurry.
From the look of that pocket, it doesn't particularly look like just a note. Jeez, what are you thinking?
Well, at least she didn't hide an axe this time, too.
For crying out loud.
Hooray, Clover no longer has murder in her eyes.
The big stairs. Huh. So this is where it ends up, just like it says on the map. Ace, did he head down? Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
Really?
Let's join them. Jumpy, Clover,
What's up?
we found it.
Found what?
We found it.
What did you find?
The last door. We found door 9.
Come on, just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
Okay. Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
Jumpy, we finally made it.
Yeah, it's finally time. We've reached the end. Something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way? 4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Let's go, Jumpy.
Yeah.
I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, the 4 of us got into the elevator on the left, and it took us to the other side of the grate. After that, we headed down another hallway. It took us toward the bow, and eventually to the number 6 that you two found earlier. We opened it and kept going. There was another locked door behind it. Once we were through that door, there was another hallway that went the other direction, toward the stern.
So, on your way, you found the elevator.
That's right.
So, in other words, you kinda did a lap. You came from that side to this side.
Yeah,
So, where's the number 9 door?
over here. Follow me.
By the way, you know, it's because of Santa that we're all here right now.
Huh?
That all 7 of us are going to door 9.
What?
You don't get it? Santa, 7, and Lotus. What's their digital route?
9.
That's right. They could have just left me behind and kept going if they'd wanted to.
But they didn't.
Yes, because Santa wouldn't let them. He said, we can't leave June and the others behind. That's why we went looking for you guys.
And then you got on the elevator and went back to the central staircase.
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't have called that one. That Santa would be the one to stick up for you.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that 7 and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. We were just talking about it, and Santa objected to it first.
Is that so?
We're here.
So, is this...
Yeah.
There's no other place for us to go.
Nope. Just look around. There's a big old iron wall at the end of the hallway. The other hallways on the left and right are blocked by metal grates.
I see.
All right, let's get moving.
Oh. No way. The 9 door. We're finally here. No doubt about it. This is door 9. Oh, finally! This is the last.
Junpei, look behind you.
Behind? What? Why? A door and a 9. There's another one? Hey, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? There's a red there too. That means... And of course it won't open. But why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
Do you think perhaps one is the right door and the other is the wrong one?
I don't know about that. It seems unlikely.
What makes you say so?
Well, think about all the rooms we've been through so far. They're full of puzzles, but there are always hints about how to solve them. I'm pretty sure there aren't any rooms where we just had to go with our best guess and leave it to instinct to solve the puzzle. Do you...
Damn it.
Then you're saying there's some sort of hint in this room?
No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere in here. I searched it very well when I was in here before. I didn't find anything that might have been a hint, though.
Well then, that means...
Yeah, both of these are the right door. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
So if there are 2 number 9 doors, if we split it up right?
That's not gonna work. You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them?
Yeah, here.
Look at this. You get it? The number? There's only 8 possibilities if we split up into 2 groups of 3 or 4 people. So...
If 3 people go through the door, then 4 are left behind. If 4 go through, then 3 are left behind. Right?
yeah. No way.
Come to think of it, what is this room? It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony, but what kind? Is that an altar? A coffin? No, it couldn't possibly be.
Okay, I give up. I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer. But I guess nobody's got the guts to do it.
What are you talking about?
What? You guys didn't figure it out yet? Fine, fine. Let me enlighten you. Clover was mostly right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something. She wasn't really wrong. She just... screw it! Let me just write it out.
I love how a pen makes a dry erase marker sound.
If you're trying to leave with a group of 3 and a group of 4 and get everybody out, Clover's right. But there's another way. Only if you split us up into groups of 3, 3, and 1.
Wait, this means...
Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or anything like that. Even if he hadn't been the hero back in the big hospital room, I'd still be saying the same thing.
The same thing? Are you saying?
Yeah, I am. I'll stay behind.
Why are you acting so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot? No, I'm completely against this. I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna have to owe you for getting out of here.
Somebody's not better.
I'm against it too. I didn't want to leave Ace behind, and I don't want to leave you either. I don't like that idea. There's gotta be other options.
I disagree as well. I can't say I care much for you being the hero.
Yeah, that's my job.
Well, there you go, Seven. Proposal denied. Clover's right. There's gotta be a better way than this.
Doesn't make any sense.
Whoa, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet.
Well, nobody cares what you have to say.
Are you... agreeing? You want to leave him here?
Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave Seven here alone.
Then I don't see how it matters.
I said alone.
Huh?
I said I don't want to leave Seven alone.
What the hell are you...
What? You don't get it? I can't leave just one person. I need 2 more. 3 people, including Seven. I'll be leaving behind 3 people. That's my proposal. No, Those are my orders.
What do you mean, orders? What the hell makes you think you can order us around?
You all will. In 3 seconds, you won't have a choice.
What?
3, 2, 1. See? I told you.
Huh? What? Why?
I love how they're drawn so sinisterly the minute they switch sides.
What the hell is that?
The gun's from the other room.
What room?
One of the rooms behind door 6. I should have known he was gonna do this. I should have taken the gun.
Well, it's too late now, fat ass.
Damn it!
Now, time for you to start following my orders. Ace, Lotus, congratulations! I've chosen you to come with me. Put your hands in the red. Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order. Right, fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys just don't get it.
Ha! He really shot it? But why? Santa, why are you Santa? I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends.
What?
You knew about the leaf words and the four-leaf clover.
What the hell is that shit? I've got no idea.
You're lying.
Shut up! Just shut up! You stupid bitch! You want me to put a bullet in your fucking head?
Santa.
Alright, assholes. What are you still standing there for? Get over here and scan those bracelets. I don't have all day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to go? Going senile, maybe?
That's it. It's the only way. Please, go.
Huh?
No way. Jumpy, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're going to be stuck, Jumpy. And so will Clover and Seven.
I know, but you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out, right, Seven?
Right. You just leave it to us. It's gonna piss me off to do what Santa says, but...
Don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of.
No, you can't, Ace! Lotus, don't come over! Don't worry about me, please!
Please. Go.
all right.
Fine.
So many gasps that
Alright,
are written
now
out.
let's get those hands in the scanner panel. What's the holdup? What? You think I'm fucking around here? I don't give a shit about this girl. The red doesn't need a person, you know? All I need is the bracelet. You get it? Good. Now put your fucking hands on the scanner. I'm not gonna say it again.
Fine.
Good job. Now, Lotus, pull that lever. Soon as the door opens, you get your ass in there. Try anything stupid, and you know what happens, right?
Damn it.
Good. Go. Later.
June.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
What the hell is that?
Shh, quiet.
Where is it coming from?
Now, I think you guys remember our last campaign we went through. This is about where it ended.
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
You're right.
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try! Damn it!
It won't even budge. Not another one.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so. Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out. And now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Ugh, there's nothing here.
Not making this easy, are they?
Knock, knock, knock.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm gonna be very ticked off if I screw this up again. Oh, thank God. Shh. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. Truth. Wait. Truth had gone. Truth had. I can't read today. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. And truth had gone. And now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice?
Huh? What?
What's up?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
He pressed the buttons. Crap! I should know this! Shit. Damn it. Okay, left, right. I think this is it. Damn it. Okay. Right, left. Maybe it's this one. There we go.
One 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh. Are those...
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. No way!
What?
Why are you...
Oh, hi, Snake.
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
Snake!
Yeah.
You? Why?
Junpei? And 7? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Oh. Jeez.
You're back!
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back! You're back! You're really here! You're back!
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though! You did! I really thought you were dead!
Huh?
You jerk! Idiot!
I see.
yeah, he's alive.
I believe I understand things rather well now. Thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
Yeah.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then, I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't know?
No. Why?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me.
That's also something I was kind of confused about.
I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them? All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously. I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
There had been another experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and a girl had died during it. Morphogenetic field theory. The two murders. Switching clothes. The Nonary game. Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship. Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Oh yeah, with Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it, let's just get going.
7 reminds me a lot of the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Alright, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Not yet.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet. Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Fine.
Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So, we knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
So you did know I had it. I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap. Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever. I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a third asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Okay, let's see. Alright, hang on a minute. This is the 9 door, so we want to equal up to 9, so.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap. If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
Hey, it opened! The door opened!
What? Why? What does that mean?
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with. Her bracelet was flipped. In other words, June's real number is...
9.
9.
That seems the most likely.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up. Here, look.
List of all the numbered doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake?
Okay. So...
And that's everything.
I'm not sure I'm getting this. 6. All those work except for the 4 door. Why?
I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, if the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4. If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus.
His number is different too.
Of course, there's only one reason for that.
His number is 0.
His number isn't actually 3. Santa's real number, 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure. This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
Thank you. That is exactly right, 7.
Why is door 4 math wrong? I don't get it.
Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way. Santa is 0?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3.
I hate math.
Plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel one another out. Nothing.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the Nonary game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is Zero, if my hypothesis is correct.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case...
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
So, the guy who blew up just number 3 then?
Oh, it's right there. Oh. All right, let's keep going.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
Hey, it's a...
This is the Neptune symbol. There must be a key around here somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah. Hey, another door. And a card reader this time.
It's the Uranus symbol.
This is the place.
Random noise.
Wow! It's totally full of books!
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time.
Alice sleeps in the small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began to search for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Seek away balance. And search time! Oh, this looks easy. Oh, found a bulb. I think I need to find 2 more of those. To the books. Let's go down here. Okay. Right here, I think? Six, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. Let's play this game now. Let's see. code is like listed on the books inside for some reason. Excelsior! Bulb number 2. Oh, hey, it's another bulb. Bulbs are in place. Pop-up box here. Oh, I gotta check them all first. Ah, here we go. Alright. Shelled break.
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
You mean the books I just looked at and you wouldn't let me examine?
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor. I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the Nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. It's a threat on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment?
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
I see. The
Damn it.
And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagachika Musashido.
All names I would never in a million years be able to pronounce on my own.
Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division. Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
So it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido...
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why
or like
is that?
if you played a game
How
several
could it
times
happen?
with different outcomes.
The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now, tomorrow. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
People would never stop being able to do handstands.
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver.
They're basically talking about mind control.
And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered.
I kind of wonder why they decided to go with children.
They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had one transmitter and one receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting.
Group Q?
They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever...
Damn it! Alright, where's the dialogue? Well, alright. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally the answer just suddenly appeared in your mind?
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information...
Ugh! The information obtained through the epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields where it can be easily interpreted. Stop skipping.
Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk.
I gotta wonder if Zero changed the puzzles.
By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation.
Damn it. Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields.
The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
Stop giving us
It was
examples.
because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical.
I saw Apollo 13, I know this.
Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation.
I haven't seen it in
the
like
astronauts
years, but I
found
saw it.
themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with.
Boy, I should go see that movie again.
Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the gigantic and building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Out of the 30 you've given.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
Thank you.
Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes. I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a Nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane. That was the girl who died.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago?
What?
Then, who is June? No. That's impossible. It can't be true.
Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right?
I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
That's fair. Right, okay. Over here. Press the button? Who wouldn't? Well, that's creepy. Alright. We're almost out of here. And I think we're out of the library, folks. Alright, let's try this door. Alright, that one don't want to open. So we'll use the other one. I don't know why it matters. I think they both leave the same room.
All right, this is the next...
Oh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Hey! Wait a minute. Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Messy, messy, messy.
Looks that way.
No.
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however. So it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card.
I'm really glad there isn't an actual
and the Neptune
timer.
key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then. Let's begin.
Seek a way out. Hey viewer, thank you for joining us. We're playing the last stretch of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And I found out recently this is like the 9th anniversary of this game coming out. So let's see here. We're trying to get out of this room. We're almost out of here. Out of the game. Like, the game's almost done. We got one more puzzle room and I think a final puzzle after that. Please stop talking. Alright, well, that was no help. Let's just jump. Okay. Oh my goodness. Messy. Oh, that's not what I want. Well, I suppose I can do this. When I wrote the original walkthrough I made for this game, I didn't put in this room where everything was, so it's a little goofy to me. Alright, let's try this. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Ah! I'm smart sometimes. I don't care. Stop talking. This. That's 1 emblem down. 3 to go. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, here's the compass. So who have we got watching today? Tell us who you are, and if I don't know you, a little about yourself. I like having conversations. I should point out when we get to actually dialogue and like cutscenes of a sort, I am going to be sitting through them instead of skipping through them because it's the final campaign or playthrough. Okay, south. Ah! Set the fire alarm! Thank you, Clover. Shut up. There we go. It's 2 emblems. Alright, let's see. What else we got around here? The screen movie. Yeah, this is right. Okay. This will be tricky. Oh, I see. Oh, crap. Okay. I got this down now. Okay. That's emblem 3. Now we need to find a coffin. Oh, maybe in here. Just kidding. Lot of talking. Oh, it's empty. No Zombo. I bet if that Egyptian priestess we keep hearing about was on this ship, she would be in here. But she's not. Okay, thank you. Jeepers. You want to pick this stuff up, please? Thank you. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, right here. Okay, okay, the envelopes need to go in a specific way. And I don't necessarily remember how to do this. Okay. Cross, coffin, helm, and code. So, helm first. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I got something here. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry, I'm dealing with stuff. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Okay, so let's see. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Alright, what's the next one? Next is cross. Alright, let's see, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. Alright, now what's next? Code. Have I mentioned that I hate math? Alright, so let's see. We're at the code puzzle. Alright. 4, 5, 7. 2, 6, and 8. And the last one. Uh-oh. Screw that one up. Okay. Oh, I see what okay. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. There we go.
A picture. What the hell is this?
This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit.
Oh, man. That's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap, too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well.
Bet you anything that last guy is the guy who we thought was Snake who blew up in the shower room.
Why? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold.
He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen.
Good to know.
But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised?
It's almost as if I played through this game like 5 other times.
Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
It's actually been more than 8, 6, whatever number of times because I actually played this game like 3 times through before.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago. You were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right?
Oh, hey,
You
chat.
told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you.
I promise I'll be a lot less ragey tonight.
But if I'd told you, Clover,
The less we speak about that night, the better.
And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Don't do it, it's a trap.
Sure.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo,
It is good indeed.
Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Titicaca.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
I just shit.
What?
Give me some toilet paper.
What's wrong?
They put that on NES. Why?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it.
Why would you do that?
My memory's back.
Hooray!
I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Don't say snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
Yeah, that's been established. He does know
How do
that.
you
He just
know
doesn't
all
know that we
this?
know that.
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
I'm awesome again.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
Yeah.
You really want to know?
I'm Spider-Man.
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
But I like promises.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
Sorry, guys, I'm kind of multitasking again.
That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. My investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. They were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding, my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet. No one would find you for a while that you want. The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. And suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. Needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Then I woke up here 7 years later with you guys. No,
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts.
So, Chet, have you been able to catch up on the other episodes that I've filmed already for this?
I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could
Sounds
hear
like
one.
fun.
It was pretty high. Probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the little frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, take that, inanimate object.
I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator was bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So so?
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. It's like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator.
Hole.
Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled was a girl with a ponytail. The boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform at the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Or Ace.
Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. We went to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Marty nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, That's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door. Hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up, up, and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round, round, round. Devils on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket, the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
Such language.
He started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
The voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Don't do it!
Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
It's not possible.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi, Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't... Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge?
Simplest part is, Zero didn't have to do a thing to kill him.
Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit! Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's...
Okay. One puzzle left, folks. And a whole lot of questions.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
It says
Oh, shit.
incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go. What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
How are you alive?
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What?
They took
Isn't
it.
that obvious?
I took the gun.
I'm psycho looking now.
Ace.
Pay no attention to the boob window under my arm.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
Poor baby, you only killed the one person.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
Except it won't work because he's got to have the number 3 on his bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9!
8, 9, 10, 12. No, it's 3.
Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Sucker.
Now!
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces.
Go for the balls!
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
Go for the balls!
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
He won't need his balls in a cell. Kick him in the balls.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted...
Oh, shit. You use Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank?
You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. He was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he sane? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in.
Okay, so that was number 3 door. Ace had the 1 bracelet. The other bracelet he had was number 3. Plus 2. 5, 6. This just makes sense.
9 seconds later, the door closed.
Alright, I don't know what bracelet the number 9 is.
And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
You're still a dick!
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest?
Very creepily.
You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
Everybody in the room's like, wait, you cheated?
But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate, but what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning, then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... Nah, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
He's adjusting to time being rewritten.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones in the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers.
They were told to send their answers to the morphogenetic field and transmit them to their brothers and sisters in the Gigantic.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate future is then? Imagine a river that splits in 2, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction, it can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I'm different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happened from either fork of the river, even through the people on either fork knowing nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I'm less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did she go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when you weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun on his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either. But he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the floor, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
You can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. It's not the 9 door. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Simmons' headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door's still open.
Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit. We've got to do something. Maybe we can still get through the door. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing an equation. Lots of them. Huh? Oh, man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least Seven's got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she's figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Oh, where'd that come from? Looks like she didn't expected that about as much as I did.
Without... If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Dad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
A lot of that going around. Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot?
Yes, that is what I said.
Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
why now. That's not a 9 door. It's the letter Q.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There ain't no way in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with the 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. And mine, my consciousness, was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing at the same screen, at the same time. Eventually, it became difficult to separate them, and determine which movie was which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in the front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother, Oi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me, 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl watched them and began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his front pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand?
The girl in the bottom center looks a lot like Lotus.
If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the four-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these.
They're promise between friends. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single four-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before had gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer, opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found the door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with the number 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time, it was the only one. What if there was only one door that meant only 5 people could escape?
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic. Then, as if things had gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother always swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just as 7 said it had. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral of stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nora, my brother Ao, Snake, and 7. Oh wait, I can't say that right. The other children, the ones who had gone through 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nora had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That's when I realized.
No, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then I had dropped it as we slid out. I had to go back, I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I'm sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom, the door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hungo. Jintaro Hungo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hungo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity in his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hungo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hungo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door of the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hungo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then...
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hungo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator.
Ah!
The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hungo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fist clenched. But those fists never reached Hungo. With a cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hungo glanced at me maniacally, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. The 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me through as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few minutes later... Maybe I learned to read by then. The 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with a 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hungo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but... That is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
You missed the flashback.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Well...
I think you're the kind of idiot who parades her boobs out most of the time.
God damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. That doesn't look creepy at all. What else can I say about that, bud?
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
What else could I say? Floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kinda did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Well, excuse me. We're all tense, lady. It doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh. Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Number range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
No pressure. Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone, I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around, pressed against the window, and the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hungo. long had he been watching me?
Ah, don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hungo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hangu left the room, he'd scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face of my bracelet showed a 5, which is Junpei's number now. 1 plus 3 will swap equals 9. I ran to the door with a 9 on it. I grabbed the red and pulled my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I heard Hungo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why?
A 9-year-old?
Are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room. Even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broke by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I gonna do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was gonna die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself into pieces. I reached into my pocket, wrapped my hand around the thing that I'd come back to get. The doll Junpei had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane!
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Summer and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd you go? Maybe over here.
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Something break our connection. Swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. He was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
It's her. She's there. That means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in the incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Pick a channel! Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this meant. I know why the Nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Kane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Kane Kurashiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. The panels are out of order. Just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Seek a way out. Where's my Password, okay. Password. Alright, I'm playing blind here now, guys. 0? No. Jumpy. No, damn. Akane. No. Wait. Can't be that simple. Sure, why not?
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while I just lay there laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
Can't quite believe I did that. I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Whoops. Maybe I should press the enter key too. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane, sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Ah, shut it.
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if they haven't pressed enter key yet? So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
What?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell's going on? Got all the right numbers and the right boxes. It's perfect. So what the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle meant. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit, of course. We just have to put the right number into the red end.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one or we're all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Jumpy. Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. Still gotta find the dead.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
That guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snakey shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I had felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet had begun to count the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to it and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 and 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
I was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiral stairs to freedom. Time for more running. What if they can get us out of here? No wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
There wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase Q!
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
I fucking hate math. Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest? No, I can't stop. Don't have time. My legs, there can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifle barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door. But you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. Not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of a ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean. Then it was gone. Wait a minute. That ship sank. Where were we this whole time?
It's over.
Oh, he whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. It wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air. Ah! Damn sun is bright. Can barely see anything. I gotta admit, it doesn't look quite like. Wait,
No way.
you've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
second building in Nevada.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right. Our bracelets. Guess we've never really gotten a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it? There's nothing else? Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy!
Huh? Guess I must be pretty crazy about a girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Well, guys, that was the 6th ending, finally. There's still a post-credit sequence, but I am very happy that we're done with this. I love this game, but it's time-consuming. It's funny, whenever I'm watching, at least the newer episodes of Minecraft Hardcore on Peanut Butter Gamer's Let's Play channel, he's always using music from this game in it as background music, which is weird to me, but it's funny that nobody's, like, brought that up. At least not in dialogue form. I never read their comments, so. Well, eventually I'm going to get to the sequel in a live stream, but that's probably not going to be for a very long time, because I need to sit down and play that off camera and write another walkthrough for it. And that will take a lot longer than I want it to. I gotta admit, I'm not really digging this music. I am glad, at least, like, for a time they were saying, like, the third game wasn't going to get made, but it did finally get made, and I was very, very happy that it happened. Having said that, I haven't been able to beat it, though. I haven't even been able to get past the third puzzle, so I might have to cheat on that one.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on the small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious, half joking. Thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Jumpy grinned.
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go by. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice for someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition, gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in. Now we are screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven are all squeezed into the back seat there. Still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. Sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on him. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Guitaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess it could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. It looks like he just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happened to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't. You bastard. Let's get that tape off you.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces, I thought. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, buddy. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. But then I catch up when I finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found the ordained Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk. But you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Socorro. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, oh no. This request from took me a bit. No, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in my palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea, then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't going to get to see each other too much? I mean, we're going to be in different schools now. I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
Reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and I fell onto Jumpy's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red that, as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched the silence of the darkness deepen, and one by one the lights of the town began to flicker out. Still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned. And also one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago she died in an incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now as June. But how? It's because I tapped into the Morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. Seven. He said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Wait. Maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? He looks satisfied. No? No way.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
What? Hmm?
burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on a shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. And we don't get to know until the next game, because I'm not dealing with that. Oh, I'm tired. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, trophy. Don't forget your towel. What? Oh. 6 cents of what? Yes, I would like to save. And we are saving. Holy shit, it's 2:30 in the morning. Hey, we got all the endings on here. Awesome. Yay! Oh, what just... Okay. Somehow this one still's questioned. I thought I fixed that. Whatever. That's a submarine ending. Axe ending. Whatever. We did it. We're done. Yay. Alright, so that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm signing off. I'm tired as hell. Good night.